New numbers show homicides and robberies are down significantly in Denver and Aurora, continuing a years-long trend. Now, it might not seem that way, in part because of the focus on crime that dominates local news, including on this station. But we interrupt that, briefly, for our Mark Salinger to provide some context as key categories of crime in our area continue to fall.
Scenes like this make the news nearly every day. But the context behind the crime tape and the flashing lights is harder to come by. New numbers compiled by the Major Cities Chiefs Association show the number of homicides and most violent crimes are down in both Denver and Aurora. In Denver, homicides are down 58% through the first 3 months of the year compared to the same time in 2024. 10 so far this year, 24 last year. It's a similar story in Aurora. Homicides are down from 11 to 7. A 36% drop through the first quarter of the year. Yet the reality doesn't always match the perception.
Homicides are down over 40%. Non-fatal shootings are down over the last couple of years, double digits. But you might not necessarily feel safe as you're living in Denver.
Last month, Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas stood on the 16th Street Mall and announced the creation of a new downtown police force. It came after 4 people were stabbed there. Even he acknowledges people may not feel comfortable coming to the area.
We recognize that we need to do a better job making sure that perception matches reality.
It's a similar challenge that Aurora has faced.
I will rescue Aurora and every town that has been invaded and conquered.
Robberies and aggravated assaults are also down in Aurora, even though a narrative picked up by the president aims to instill a fear that crime skyrocketed when Venezuelan migrants started arriving. Aurora PD Chief Todd Chamberlain told city council members last week crime continues to fall.
The city of Aurora and Aurora PD are actually in a really good spot right now. Our crime numbers are down 22.8% overall.
So these high-profile crime events or speeches alluding to high crime rates get a lot of coverage and traction, but they don't always tell the full story. Police continue to acknowledge that increasing the perception of safety with more officers, more patrols, very important in making people feel safe, even if the actual crime numbers are already dropping, Kyle.
And when we zoom way out for even more perspective, right, you had crimes go up during the pandemic. So if we string together years of declines, they're declining from a peak.
Yeah, so what that report says is that most major American cities are seeing similar trends, although Denver and Aurora are actually seeing steeper trends of crime declining. But most major American cities are seeing crime going down when you look at things like homicides and aggravated assaults, things like that. Spiked during the pandemic, coming down now.
All right. Well, we appreciate the perspective and return everyone to their previously scheduled crime coverage. Mark, thank you.